Well, I've done those test prints I was talking about. Both cylinders. You can see one here. Um, it's in black primer at the moment. Uh, I'm having seen it on the computer screen for a couple of days. In reality, it really looks quite small to me, but of course it is. Um, it came out absolutely perfectly, actually. It's had no cleaning up at all, and this is all in one piece, including the valve spindle guide at the front end here, and the whoops daisy. Sorry, it's almost impossible to film this. Bear with me. There's the gland there. That's come out quite nicely, including the gland nuts on there. That's really come out better than I hoped. It's beautiful, and as I say, it's come out first time. Both of them have come out first time and come out perfectly, which is more than I have any right to expect. So that's a lovely, lovely job. Very well pleased with that. That hole in the top is for a little lubricator. Well pleased. The principle is a bit of brass tube in the piston bore for a sleeve, just so one doesn't get any wear. And there's two spigots on the back, so one can drill holes in the frame, and that'll end up in exactly the right position, the right angle, and all the rest. So we have a pair of those, a handed pair of those, that worked really, really well. And this is, find it on there we go, again in black primer. Now this is the Penryn backhead. Now this is as it were a short backhead, 6.5 inches, scale 6.5 inches shorter, and this has come out pretty well. Could just do with a couple of supports, extra supports right at the bottom, but it's all right. The gauge glasses, the injector, the regulator, and the firebox door handles are separate items that just plug in. Again, nothing here has had any cleaning up or dressing. It's just had sprues snipped off, and I'm very, very pleased with the quality. Apart from there's that band at the bottom of the backhead, which is due to lack of supports. In that backhead injector there, I've just noticed it's slightly off skew. Gresham and Craven injector, which I believe is the one that was fitted to these things, and that wheel is about 2 millimeters diameter. So that sort of sets the scale for everything else. But it's all come out very, very nicely. The gauge glass, you can see is a little bit odd. Once it's painted in a dirty gunmetal, then that should have a little block of clear perspex glued into it. So that's why it's that shape. So that's what that's all about. And whoops daisy, bear with me while I get myself together. Let me zoom out a bit. That is what is it? It's the truck. I forgot what it's called. It's this flipping memory thing that the COVID caused. But anyway, you can see at the bottom there is housing for 2 springs. This is the opposite part, so you put 2 springs in there. That is a slipper plate which go on top of the 2 springs, so you get some gentle springing. And then that is the axle housing, which wants a couple of brass bushes, one on each side, and then radial axle box, that's what it is. And then this can slip sideways, but as it goes sideways, you can see it changes orientation, replicating the motion of a Bissell truck, but you don't have the arm running forward. That's why we're going to use it. So it looks a funny thing, but a radial truck is a very, very useful beast, and a couple of springs in there will keep it nicely on the track. As I say, I've made a 10¼ inch one before, and it performed absolutely beautifully. So I'm expecting this to do the same. When you're doing a radial truck, you've got to keep it a bit slack in the guide. If you make it too tight, then when one wheel rises, it all wedges up and you get derailment. So you have to have a little bit of slop in there to allow for one wheel to rise and one to drop, without the thing wedging up. So that's about perfect. So that's what or my version of a model radial truck is going to be. So that's coming on very, very nicely. Very pleased with that. And on computer, that is the Penryn low-boilered job. You can see everything in situ there, and you can see I've also drawn up the rear cylinder cover with the gland and slide bar support, cylinder slide bar support, and that's what it's all doing. So we're making some progress. Apologies for the dodgy phone camera work.